Hi everybody, it's Diane from Tattered Edges Design with another notebooky thingy, mini journal, whatever you want to call it, project. And I'm not sure what I'm doing with this, so I don't know. But I had the idea to make more like a longer, slim book. And I just thought, but you could certainly do it this way, and I may at some point. But I thought it might be more fun to have it this, this way. This is just printer paper, by the way. So that was my thought. So I was like, okay, great. So I cut papers to be a front and back. I'm going to collage on them. And then because I was just going to join it with probably like fabric over it, that kind of a thing. But then I'm going, well, wait a minute. I don't have paper this wide to fill it. I could sew papers together. I could just put a bunch of papers together and then sew them together. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm really going to do. So in lieu of, I don't feel like figuring that out right now. I'm just going to collage covers and worry about that as it comes. So I've got, you've seen these in past videos. They're old. Well, I've got different types, but this is some kind of knitting. And a lot of these pictures are bigger. And I never use them because they're bigger. So I thought, well, maybe this is a good place for some of that. So that was my thought on that. Boy, these are really contrasty, aren't they? See that? Make a good scratchboard picture. Well, that one's kind of cute. And I don't know, if I want, I don't know, just like a main image and stuff behind it, or images all over. I don't know. Come to the Diane Doesn't Know channel. It's cute. And this, is there a date on this one? It's a lot of black and white. 1968. I didn't realize there were still a lot of black and white magazines at that point. Well, just pick something, Diane, and stop goofing around. No, I don't know. Yeah, the photos in this one are kind of weird. They're really, like I said, real contrasty. And she looks like she's tired. What about... That's actually kind of how I feel today. You're like so tired. You're like, I know I'm talking. I can hear my voice, but I don't know what I'm saying. That's sort of how we feel. All right. Well, this would certainly cover the whole thing. Do I want to cover the whole thing? And kind of, then here I'm holding it up to the light. And then maybe add some stuff over it. That's an idea. Let's think about that. My scissors are glued shut. Okay. Now let's think about this. Is a big piece to glue down. Anything interesting on the backs? Not really. Good, kind of interesting. All right, this is good. Well, you know what? All right, let's find. I'll find main images, glue them down, and then come back. You're gonna sit here and watch me glue. That's too dumb. Okay, I've got 3, which normally Diane makes a lot more than 3 things at once. But I don't know. I think because I didn't quite know what I was doing and stuff, I thought just start small. I might do more if they turn out great. We'll see. And tell me, class, what am I going to do with the backs? I don't know. I hadn't really given much thought to that. All right, well, you don't have to watch me cut. Okay, there's another one. All right, because now I know where to put it. All right, one more. We'll select a main image. I'm Got another one here that had bigger, gotta find it, bigger images in it. Yeah. I always thought those hats were a little weird. Not that I ever wore them. That was before me, but they're a little weird. You know, what about this girl? Okay, we'll take her. Okay. I'll glue these big green images down, and then we'll come back and see what I want to do with them. Okay, we're glued down. Number one. Well, number one, they look pretty cool. I like that. Number two, you can kind of see through. This one's not bad. This one you can. This one you can. So, because I had actually thought of just leaving this blank as sort of a writing surface. But I think, assuming that the fronts turn out, and I'm going to continue, I'm just going to take some plainer scraps, and glue it to it. Glue it to it. Okay, that's that. But, yeah, the first thought I had was flowers. I don't know. So I grabbed a few seed catalogs. It's kind of pretty. And I really had thought of, you know, fussy cutting them. But I kind of like this right here, which you can't really fussy cut. And I don't know, like, say, like this one is very plain. You know, you don't see anything, any text or anything. Do I want to add, you know, some quippy word or notes or, I don't know. I don't know. And actually, now that that's on here, I don't like it that much. Maybe we'll save that and see what we think. I don't have one. The catalog's got like big flowers in it. Are we glaring on you? Not too bad. Well, I don't think I want pink. It's a dark purple thing. Not too bad. What is that? I'm not saying. Lucia? Never heard of it. And I've got a dog milling around by me, in case you're hearing sounds. Yeah, other than, I mean, well, you can certainly do whatever you want, but I don't, like I said, that was just my first thought. Nothing else really came to my mind. You know, make it totally hodgepodgey, collagey, or have it make a little more sense. You know, maybe, that's okay. Fashion related, knitting related, sewing related, something in there. I don't know. And how much are we going to watch this, right? Well, what about an opposite color? And do I want flowers on all of them? Get in there. Well. Well, all right. What's today? Oh, today's Veterans Day, November 11th. And all my Halloween decorations are put away. So now it's about time to start getting out the Thanksgiving stuff, right? I think we're going to get rid of that petal. I don't think it's adding anything there. Okay. It's pretty. Yeah, I don't know, just something even just simple like that. We need something up. Our flower's getting too redundant. I don't know what else to put on there. I did grab a couple other magazines. Yeah, how about that? No thanks. No thanks. Yeah, I don't know. Just something really off. Like a king tut thing. Kind of weird. Yeah, this must have come out in the king tut era, huh? Yeah, it's split. I don't have the beginning, the cover and that. I don't know where it is, so I don't know what year this was, but it's definitely in the 70s. Well, I don't know. Nothing is, floating my boat. But I don't think I want black and white on that. This is going to be too... It won't stand out, I think. Book. Well, I like the color, but just write book on there would be a little strange. Alright, well this is getting me nowhere fast. We got flowers for this one. Let's look for flowers for these two, and then we'll take it from there. Let's go on here. No. Oh, we have a barking dog. Well, alright, I'll pause and look for flowers. Okay, I'm back. These are glued, not trimmed. Forgot about that. I also don't think I mentioned sizes on these either. And at this point, I don't remember what it was. 8.5, 8.5, 4. And this one does not need trim. Okay. Okay, well, yeah, these are cool. I like them. I don't like the glare, but I like them. But for some reason, I was thinking, maybe because of the black and white one here, what if we get a little painty? Why not? I mean, we can, so why not? I've got, you probably can't see, paint over here. Just the craft stuff. And I don't know what I'm going to do. But I thought wouldn't it be kind of fun to just add paint in the background and even make it a little sloppy, and who cares? And it's kind of a mixed media looking thing, and it's kind of fun. And I don't know if I want to use them. Oh yeah, I would like to point out this paper is kind of curling. It's not too bad. It's flattened out a little bit, but it's a little curly. I'm gonna probably have to weight it. Yeah, I don't know if the size, I should have used cardstock as a base instead of paper. But if I want to sew everything together, I think paper's better. So I don't know. Like I said, I've never done this before. It's just a thought that came to me, and so we're experimenting. Anyway, I started to say though, I brought up a couple little foamy stamp things. Well, not little, this one's big. I used this before on camera. This one, I don't even know if it's been used at all. But anyway, I did the back covers in just, they're being weighted down. I'm not going to get them out right now. I'll shoot them in. They're just text. I just went text all over. So I thought maybe the stencil, they're not stamps, on that could be something. I don't know. But it's kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, maybe in a way it takes a little bit from the design. I mean, you know, the photo. But, you know, it's more fun. A little more interesting if you have to, you know, have a notebook like this in your life. It might as well be interesting, right? Wow, it's actually quiet. Yeah, we are getting into the closed window part of the year, so maybe some of my videos would be a little more watchable without all the noise that I usually have in my videos. Alright, let's take a vote. Do you like those little kind of hairstyles like that, where they're piled up? I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to wear my hair like that. That's something. Did you ever wear your hair like that? Do you have pictures of relatives wearing their hair like that? Actually, I do. I think I do have a couple relative pictures now that I think of that. Okay. This one could use a little spattering. Some yellow. Let's hear this. Yeah, I think that's good. Actually, do we want spatters on that other one I already did? Let's see. Yeah. I'll say yeah. We need more paint. Oh, that went flying. That was definitely a spatter. Okay, let's wipe that up. Oh, it's all over. My husband's on the computer monitor. Okay, I got it off. Okay, where's the last one? Well, it's a little tricky because it's so dark. Let's think about that for a minute. Maybe a lighter pink? Yeah, I think these are more fun with the paint. I mean, I can see someone saying they're not a fan of that. You know, it does look kind of messy and gloppy. But it's fun. It adds. I mean, anyone could just, you know, glue magazine to paper, right? Gotta make it more interesting. I don't know. What color does she want? She's tricky. What about this? What's that? Laguna? Yeah. It's kind of a teal. I guess I'd call it jade. Jade? No, it's too blue for that. A blue jade. Well, maybe she doesn't need as much paint as other people. Fun. Alright, does she want some spatter action? Maybe some white because it's so dark. This is ivory white. Where's white white? Okay, looks painty to me. Alright, I'll let these dry. Let me grab the backs. Just a minute. Alright, I had them weighted while they were gluing there. And these are not trimmed. Okay, yeah, I just trim these with scissors. You know, a trimmer or a straight edge and a X-Acto, some type of blade is probably better. But I always have scissors handy, so yeah, if you do it with scissors, well, that's my trim here, and you're using paper as opposed to cardstock, be careful. It's easy to cut into it. And I was thinking too about the tops again. You know, I said I'm not sure how I'm going to put these together. I was thinking maybe just sewing it across is the best option. Because I thought of, like I mentioned, I could sew pages together, but you know, in a just a notebook list book kind of thing, I don't know if that's a little, I don't know, describe it. It just seems unnecessary, and it would probably bulk it up a little bit, which I don't really want. So I also thought, well, I could punch a couple holes and put, you know, baker's twine or something through, and you know, that would make it lie flat then. So that's definitely a plus, because if they're just sewn together, you know, it's not going to do that. It's going to be like that. But I think holes with twine thread something through it, it just sound a little just not as nice looking. I don't know. So I'm leaning towards sewing, but I haven't made that executive decision yet. And yeah, this isn't too thrilling, is it? No, it's not. And I think I'm talking kind of softly, am I not? Because it's so quiet. I feel like I don't need to speak up. Alright. And yes, I'll put, you know, blank paper or something on the inside of this too. Okay. Well, I suppose we should kind of coordinate, shouldn't we? There's an idea. Okay. Alright, we'll coordinate with this one. So pink and yellow. And yeah, I don't know if we really want it everywhere or just sort of like I mean, that's kind of cool, just like that. It's kind of fun. Do we want some? Well, let's try. Why not? As long as we have it. Well, I think that's a cool idea, but I don't know that I like this particular design. But yeah, it's fun. Could almost go around it with like black, a fine line black or something. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, I think that's okay. I mean, you could knock it back more with white here and there, but I don't know. I mean, it is the cover. You want interest there. Okay, I think for now that's fine. And we need a place to let this dry. All right, here's this one. Okay, what colors was she? She was the Laguna and the light pink. No, how's is that too sloppy? I suppose it could be too sloppy looking, right? It's kind of fun too. We need some spatters like the front on that. Or do we want to come in with a white daisy? Try that. I'll kind of mix a little bit because that's wet paint there. Let's see what happens. Let's be daring. Well, it's kind of cool. It's very subtle. You don't see it too much. It's kind of neat. Let's see. It's cool. I mean, it's cool. You don't see it too much. So is that, maybe that's a good thing. Let's try the pink side. Yeah, it's the same thing. It doesn't show up too much. It's kind of neat. How about we spatter a little Laguna with, since it's darker, that I already put away. It's too much paint. Okay. It's definitely painty looking. All right, you dry somewhere too. Use one of those big drying rags. Okay. Now, where was that blue? Maybe this should get that asterisk thing in yellow or green. Or white. I don't know. There's some yellow spatters on the blue there. Okay. Well, I don't know. Should we just leave this one alone? Yeah. Well, what about, here's a green. What is this? Christmas green. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm not real wild about this. It's just a cheapy kid type thing. I don't think it doesn't give you a sharp type impression, I guess is my hang up here. It's something. I mean, it's a little color there, so it's okay. All right. Well, I guess I gotta clean up and let everything dry. So I'll be back. Okay, we're dry. And I went ahead and glued papers to the reverse sides. I just pieced together, plain or lined. I think it's kind of fun, actually. Okay. Thought number one was, I think I'm going to round the bottom corners. One, just for looks. And two, they are just paper on paper on paper. They could get kind of beat up. So there. Actually, I think I like that better. This one didn't take too well. Just a minute. One little thing there. Okay, there. Okay. I also cut papers for the, pages. And, could be done, as I like to say. But I was thinking, as long as we're mixing our media, maybe some black marker, like doodly things would be kind of fun. Because I was thinking of it because of these painty asterisk things that didn't really print out too great. If I went around them, to look more like flowers or something. That's kind of fun. So I was thinking maybe I could just sort of, go around, do doodly things, little pattern things, like people like to do on mixed media kind of stuff. That's kind of fun. What do you think? I think it's better than it was. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to doodle around. I'm thinking just in black, but I'm not sure. I don't know, a little white gel pen maybe. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to sit here and make everybody watch me doodle. So I think that's actually going to be my evening project because it's getting late. And I like to do little crafty things sitting in the evening before I retire. So I'm going to doodle. And I will pick this up tomorrow. So have a good night, everybody. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. The doodling has been done. And that took quite a long time, actually. It's just, nothing sensational or nobody else has ever done. Just shapes, a couple flowers. I did have a little trouble with my fine line black marker. It didn't want to draw on the paint after a little bit. I know there are markers that will and will not do that. Apparently I had a knot, so I just used a pen. It worked fine. There. So it's, it adds. I may not always do that if I remake these. But it's just, it's a, you know, a look. Okay, so I went round and round in my brain about how to bind these, so to speak. And I like the idea of something that allows it to open flat, you know, or that you can do this, you know, like, but I don't have a cinch thing. I don't have small rings. I thought, like I said earlier, if I just punched holes and put string in or something, that would just look a little tacky. And then that's, as cool as that would be, that's strings to get hung up on something, one, you know, like in your purse or something, and two, then you'd have wear and tear on the paper, you know, at the holes. So I just think I'm just gonna, my first thought, you know, was to sew, which, by the way, this is just printer paper, line paper, a couple of coffee dyed in here. But this is a little bulky. I've got 12 sheets plus this. So that's a little bulky to run through the machine, I think. So I thought, well, how dumb. Could I just staple it? So I'm going to try that. And I did make the pages a hair, and I mean one hair shorter than what I need, you know, that the covers are. So hopefully they won't stick out, but it could anyway. In which case I'll just trim. But if we get them lined up, and then, excuse me, I'll put fabric over the staples. So let's try this. Oh, yeah, she gets it all lined up and then knocks it out. And if this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. And of course, I was going to bring up pliers to flatten the staple a little bit, and I forgot. Oh, it worked. Good. Okay. Yeah, it worked. Right, there you go. Alright, I'm going to flatten the backs a little bit with pliers, and then I cut fabric already. And, whoops. And I'm just going to glue that over like I do on book spines. So I guess you don't have to watch that anyway. So I'm going to go find those pliers that I forgot to get and finish these off and be back. Okay, they're done. That went fine. I did have to trim a couple. You know, it was just off a little bit. So I just took an X-Acto and a straight edge, and which means I did have to re-round the corners, but you know, big deal. But I did do that on 2 of them. But here they are. I think they're kind of fun. And, you know, I don't know. It's different. It's fun. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. To be honest, I don't know if I'm going to give them away or sell them or keep them. I don't know. But I think they've worked out. Like I said, I've never tried this before, so it worked. There you go. And it dawned on me, I've got a lot of little smaller scrappy papers like this that, you know, because of the person I am, I save them for something. Well, I can make smaller notepads. It's like, that's not a bad idea. So I might do that just for journal inserts, and then for the covers, not be so elaborate. Just take, of course I can't find anything at the moment, but just use like some sort of pattern scrapbook paper for a cover. So I may just do that. All right, well, here they are. It worked. I think they're kind of cool. So thanks for joining me, and have a very nice day out there.